Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Soccer Corner TV. I'm Michael Furon, aka Crowd Control, and we're really excited to bring you the very first blog or video blog that we know of, at least, of any soccer store or really any sporting good retail store. I'm going to get into a review of these two New Balance shoes, and there'll be a timestamp in the description if you're here just for that. But first I want to talk about what the show is going to entail. So I would say 70 to 80% of the content produced is going to be about cleats, mostly reviews, along with maybe some comparisons, as well as maybe talking about how to pick the right shoe for you, maybe some stuff for parents as well. And it's also going to consist of some conversations with some of my other team members here about some of our other products. We have a lot of wacky characters here, so I'm really looking forward to showcasing them in a light that is a little bit less professional than here at the store. And also we're going to have some guests, and I'm going to be conducting a lot of interviews for that. So we're really excited about that.
First take, I make mistakes, just keep it.
To help this work in the most organic way as possible, you guys are welcome to contact me directly through message on Twitter or Snapchat. Both of those are at Michael Furon. Or you're even welcome to email me directly at thesoccercornertv@gmail.com. If you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, I would be happy to hear them, and I'll get back to as many of you as humanly possible. So, on to the shoes. So, New Balance is a very new, relatively, shoe company to the soccer cleat market. Ever since they gained the rights to Liverpool's jerseys, they've really been pushing their cleats to the market. And the Furon 3.0, is is marketed as their speed shoe. It's worn by players such as Jesus Navas, Kevin Morales, even a goalie, Kasper Schmeichel. And I'm a little confused by that, to be honest, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But in my opinion, the New Balance shoes have been improving with every generation, and I'm really excited to talk to you about them today. So the Furon 3.0 comes in a synthetic and a leather version. Synthetic's called the Furon 3.0 Pro. The leather is just the Furon 3.0 K leather. And both of them are very nice shoes. I'll start with the synthetic. The synthetic version comes in at 8.6 ounces in a size 9, which, as I was saying earlier, for a speed shoe, that's a little bit controversial. That's really heavy for a speed shoe. That doesn't mean it's a bad shoe. I just don't really like how it's marketed, to be honest. If they market it as a control shoe, 8.6 ounces would sound a lot better. But it's still a good shoe. The upper is a mix of TPU, polyester, and mesh material. And it really comes in a very soft synthetic material. You can see how pliable it is right here, just me pressing on it. And yes, I've worn them and kicked around. They're very comfortable. The touch is good. So I really like that about them. They come with what's marketed as a Phantom Fuze coating. You can see it. You can kind of see it here. It's really not something to be seen, but it just provides a little bit more support, a little more stability, makes the shoe a little bit more durable, and we have had very few problems with customers bringing them back. So that's another plus. Both of these shoes come with the New Balance Revlite insole, which is something that they've been doing on their running shoes for some time now, and it's very comfortable. If you've ever worn some New Balance running shoes, you know that they make some very comfortable products. The one major drawback I have of this shoe is what they call the Sprint Spike heel. It's called the Sprint Spike because it's based on like a track shoe. So you see it's a pretty low cut, and it's a really plasticky material. And my one major issue with this shoe is that when I would wear it in my perfect size, fit perfectly, for whatever reason, it didn't lock my heel. And it might be because I have a very wide foot, so it's taking up too much space in the front. I don't know exactly. I just know it was a problem for me. My heel was slipping, and that rarely happens in other shoes. But overall, very nice shoe. Very good touch, comfortable, super durable, great shoe. By the way, we have both of these. This one retails at $200, this is at $210. Both of them are on sale for $160. So this I do like a lot, but the heel is a major concern for me. If your heel is not slipping, then it's a great shoe. But for me, would I buy them? No, the heel is just too much to overlook. But overall, still a very good shoe. I would give it a 7 out of 10. Onto the K-leather version. This is my preferred version. The heel is a different material, so I have no issues with that. It's a very nice K-leather from this seam here all the way around to this seam right here. And you can see very pliable leather, very, very comfortable, good touch, kind of like these, very, very good touch. And it's a thicker leather, which is kind of, again, a little weird for a speed shoe. I really don't like how they marketed it. I think they could have done a little bit better as a control or even a heritage shoe. But this one I do like a lot more. I like it a lot. Very, very comfortable. Still has that Revlite insole. Both of them have a TPU outsole with a kind of unique stud pattern, very triangular. One thing I really liked about them is they have this shorter stud in front of the tall back studs. And what that does is it gives you a little bit more support than the old ones just had a 2 stud back heel. And these give you a little bit more support, a little more stable. In my opinion, it takes a little bit of pressure off your heels. I like it a lot. It functions pretty much as a bladed stud pattern if you've ever used one of those before. It's also got some teeth here that you've seen on some Nike shoes. Does it really give you any more traction? Who knows, but it's a cool idea. And it's nice to see that they're putting every ounce of quality that they can in here. Again, the heel's a lot better. This is my preferred version of the shoe. I do like this. It's a thicker synthetic than most speed shoes, most Vapors or X's. But it's really comfortable. I wish they marketed it a little bit different, but this is super comfortable. I would give it 7 out of 10 again. This one, I would give it an 8. The only issue I have with it is the tongue here extends all the way. I have a super wide foot, so it's hard for me to loosen it up enough to get my foot in without it hurting. If I did, would I buy these? Yes, but I would have to go for the wide model because of that tongue. Not that they're a narrow fitting shoe, just my foot is super wide, and unfortunately that brings me some problems with some other shoes. So just to recap, we really think we're onto something with this show. I really see it becoming an integral part of the business, and I hope you continue to watch every episode that comes up. We don't have a set time that they're going to come out, but that may change in the near future. We're really excited about this again, and please continue to watch so I can continue doing these. Thanks, guys.